Hello? Test, test. Ooh, that's not good.
Oh, that's an echo. Hey, we got it.
Did we get it? We got it. And
Most
we heard
definitely.
a Discord sound.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Hello.
welcome to the Esfand and Neff show.
Brought to you by State Farm.
State Farm, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Yo. Hey. You are, but when we're, yeah, just like right now.
Yeah, we're super live too.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's hilarious. Yo, what's up, everybody? What's up, chat? Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? We are here with the Esfand and Neff show. I know it's been a while, but we are live and everything is working. We're here from Oni Studios, actually.
That's correct.
Yeah, we're here from Oni Studios with myself and Will. And you guys can see us on camera.
That's right. It's the first time that we've done this show in person together.
Actually, it is. Yeah, it is. So, lucked out. I'm telling you. So, Chad, I told you guys yesterday that I was doing the photo shoot stuff today. We are. Well, you could have done this from home still, so never mind. So it worked out, but it's all good. But either way, so chat. There is a lot to talk about.
A lot of football.
A whole lot because I mean it's been about a month since we did the show, maybe a little bit more. Actually.
Yeah, and on Sunday, America lost. All of our hopes and dreams were dashed by the bi-coastal elite and Taylor Swift's army of Swifties.
Yeah, I mean, look, the NFL probably won.
The NFL won big.
Dude, people are like, this is going to be the most watched Super Bowl ever because every time Travis Kelce like takes a snap, it's going to pan over to Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I mean, gosh, Lions versus Ravens though would have been America's Super Bowl.
Lions Ravens would have been nice.
That would have been for divorced dads everywhere. I mean, that would have been a big moment for America.
You know what though?
Yeah.
I think an even better Super Bowl actually would have been Lions Chiefs.
Oh,
and if the Lions would have won,
yeah, it would have been so
dude,
great.
if it was Lions Chiefs and the Lions would have won, oh my goodness, dude, everybody'd be sipping the freaking Detroit Kool-Aid, dude. It's all, and people were. I mean, I was.
I mean, we'll talk about it, but the Lions basically aren't in the Super Bowl because of a coaching mistake.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, that's one of the things that, and I didn't get to watch it all live, but really, it was really two calls that people keep bringing up, right? And they're talking about going for it in the red zone.
Oof.
And
going for it on fourth and I think a long 3 yards on their own 30 was tough.
Yeah, I mean,
or on sorry the 30-yard line.
I'll be honest. I think I don't know what he said after the game, but I mean I don't blame him for going for it. Honestly. I know it's rough because it's hindsight is 2020. Imagine they get it. Imagine they get it and they go and they score. And then it's like
True.
You see what I'm saying? It's
That's
all
so-
it's see that's what I'm saying. It's always hindsight is 2020.
man.
And the way they were
don't know.
playing the game at that point, it seemed like they were gonna be good. I mean, like again, I didn't get to watch all of it live. But from my perspective, and my own personal like kind of football knowledge and just how I operate and how I think, not Coach Esfand Madden, but like actual I probably would have, because they did it twice, if I'm right.
Yeah, and they got stopped twice.
They did it twice. I probably would have done the first one, and then the second one I probably would have.
You really wouldn't have taken those 3 points.
Yep. I actually think, I mean, dude, 3 yards. Like, they're cooking. I mean, look, give it to me. Now, the second time, probably would have kicked the field goal.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, the second one, I probably would have kicked the field goal.
Right
But
at the fourth quarter.
it's just one of those things that it's like,
Well,
because the thing is, you gotta get some juice going. You gotta get something on the board.
We're gonna crack more into that in a second, but first we wanted to bring in our first illustrious guest for this episode. We got City on.
We do
joining the call, talking about football, talking about TNG, If we can get her in here, that'd be excellent.
Yeah. Oh, there she is. Yo. How are
Hey,
you,
Sid. Good.
Good.
That Street Fighter shirt goes crazy. I
Yeah,
love
that's
that.
actually sick. Yeah, all that. Yeah, it looks OG. I was gonna say.
Sick.
Yeah, it's like it looks like all the Street Fighter 2 characters. Yeah, that's sick actually. Yeah, dude, I loved Street Fighter. I was literally addicted to Street Fighter. Like whenever 6
We were
came out.
playing. It's good.
Dude, when Street Fighter 6 came out, I was so addicted, man. I was every night I was up to like freaking 3. I'd end stream and then I would just like play for like 4 hours.
Make sure your desktop audio isn't muted so that we're getting Sid's audio.
There it should not be. Chat, can you guys let's see. I'm not in my normal setup. It's a little bit like the way they do it is a little bit different.
Gotcha. Hold on 1 second.
Hold.
Chatting in case they can't hear me.
Oh, okay. Sid, say something.
Hello, I'm Sid.
There you go. Let me hear it even a little bit louder. There you go.
I think we might be muted now.
No.
No, are we
Oh,
good?
No, we're good. We're good.
Okay.
Sick. Okay.
Fixed. Saved.
Saved.
Classic tech stuff.
Yeah. I'm not in my normal setup, so the way it's funny, the way they do it here is actually really good, but it's not. Anytime you're not on your own setup, it's gonna be like
It
that.
feels like you're doing
Yeah.
like
It's a lot.
writing with your left hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sid, did you watch any of the football on Sunday?
I did not watch any of the football on Sunday, but I heard about football on Sunday mostly because there's just Taylor Swift is everywhere.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah.
Well, yeah. More importantly, Taylor Swift was on Sunday.
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, that's just what I see.
Yeah, and more importantly, Taylor Swift will be in attendance at the Super Bowl.
Yes, for
Yes.
sure.
Yes. My dad let me know immediately because he's been following this whole he watches football normally, but he's been extra into it because of the T Swift stuff. So he's like, yeah, they're going to be at the
I think
Super
this is
Bowl.
the
It's gonna be really
first.
exciting.
I think this is the first year that women and gays are going to be upset when it goes to the halftime show because they're going to be like, "We get back to Taylor,
Dude, I
Yeah.
think
We don't care about it's Usher, right? We don't give a crap about Usher. Let's go back and see them in the booth celebrating."
they
Yeah.
are literally. I'm dead serious. I think they will literally pan over to Taylor Swift during that play.
Just watch her
I'm
dancing.
He's enjoying Usher. Yes.
Like I can almost. I want there to be like bets on. I bet there's bets on literally everything.
Oh, do you want to place an over/under on Taylor Swift appearing during the game?
Oh my!
I bet there's a
gosh.
spicy over/under on that. I'm slamming the over all day, even if it's like 50
too.
appearances.
I was gonna say
slamming the over.
I was gonna say I bet it's about 40.
Oh, I take that. Easy. That's free money.
You think
That's,
so?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
printing money off that.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, dude. It's actually well because and here's another thing. Like Sid, you said your dad is like he's been following the whole thing. Like most dads are not gonna. They're just let's be honest. Most dads don't care about Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift's audience is not, 50 to 60-year-old fathers.
Yeah.
It's just it's
Fair.
just not the case.
Fair.
But there's a lot of football dads who are like, yes, like chance to like bond and like
Yeah.
it's like, look,
Yeah.
I'm cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Taylor
My
Swift
dad
likes
has brought this
football.
up so many times.
When all of a sudden a ref comes on and he's like, and she's like, "Dad, what does that mean?" He's like, "This is my chance." That's called holding. You're gonna want to sit down for this one. Wait till you hear about his safety. This is gonna blow your mind.
Dude, that is
Yeah.
to a T. I bet
Yeah.
exactly how everyone feels. No, that is great. Yeah, no, that's super cool.
Sid, do you have a team you root for?
Well, I'm from Seattle originally, and I did watch quite a bit of football growing up. So I would say that just like from where I was born and raised, I'm a Seahawks fan.
Sure.
I got to go to I think it was the 2014 Super Bowl that was in Seattle. That
really?
was really, really fun.
Cool.
Yeah, just like tailgate with my friends. I mean, I was, I don't know, like 16 at the time. So
Still, that's sick.
So
nothing
cool.
too crazy, but it was fun.
How do you feel about Pete Carroll out in Seattle?
Honestly, it was sad to hear. I think that there was obviously like a lot of discourse whether or not he was a great coach. Some people really liked him and some people didn't. But I don't know. I liked him. I thought he was always a sweet guy.
I always thought he was a good coach.
Yeah.
last
he's a
Seattle
sweet guy,
question.
good coach.
I'm putting you through your paces, quick ones. Seattle, you're on the draft board. I think you're picking around the 20 spot or something like that. Do you have any young prospects that you're excited for coming out of college right now? Absolutely
I
not.
sure do, Will. Because I'm watching that stuff. I don't know. actually, maybe you could toss me a name or two.
Well, I think Seattle's going to be an interesting pick because we're going to see if they stick with Geno here or if a young quarterback can lure them away.
Well, that's the thing, and that dude, this kind of sucks for Geno Smith.
Yeah.
But Geno Smith is literally always going to have that discussion every single offseason.
Oh, for sure.
No matter where he
That's
is.
what I was gonna say.
You can't get your jaw broken by an offensive lineman on your team, and then,
Dude, it sucks, but that is the way people see it is he was not a starter for like 10 years.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he comes, and he has played well in Seattle, and I do think he is capable of being a starting quarterback in the NFL. I think he has earned the right to say that, yeah, he's an NFL caliber starting quarterback.
Yep. Well, new regime,
You never
typically a
know.
new quarterback. So we'll see what happens in Seattle.
Yep.
The drama.
Sid, have you been watching any TNG? What are your favorite TNG moments this season thus far? Have you enjoyed it?
I have enjoyed it.
Sure.
I have to be a little biased and say that like my favorite moments are when I got to be a part of it. I thought it
Yeah,
was
fair.
really fun. I
Yep.
thought it was super, super fun. I got to play games that I wouldn't like, or that I have played but aren't like my main games, and so it's just like really fun. Like I got to mess around in Fortnite and like the build version too,
Sure.
which I was not expecting. Yeah, play Apex. I got to play with CJ Johnson, who was super funny. Like
Okay.
he should be a streamer at this point. He like carried my stream. We were just hanging out. He's cracking jokes the whole time. So yeah, it was just really, really enjoyable. And getting to see the in-person studio was awesome too.
Okay. I have a question for you.
Okay.
You got to man a streamer football team. Who's your
Okay.
first like 3 picks? Who are you drafting
first-
from Twitch to get on the
Okay.
gridiron?
This is crazy. This is so crazy. Honestly, I mean, I've seen you in action, Will. I gotta say you're up there in my top 3. Seen
I'll
you
take
in
it.
action. Yeah.
First overall. Hey, don't take it personally, kid.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, look, hey, I'm too short to play left tackle. It's all good.
Okay, I'm keeping that in mind. We'll keep
Yeah.
it moving then. Shifter.
Ooh.
Shifter, an athletic guy, has a lot of heart.
Yeah.
He's going for it. I'm gonna take him as pick number 2. Pick number 3. Dude, I feel like I gotta go with Hassan. The dude's huge, right?
Wow.
Like
I
I
you know,
don't really know the positions very well, but he's tackling somebody for sure.
as his friend, I'm a little worried that might be a bust. That might be a first round bust right there. I'm worried about his athleticism. I'm worried about some of his combine scores.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
fair.
definitely got NFL size, but I worry about the will to win there.
Hassan is a big guy.
Yeah, he's a
Like,
big dude.
He's a big
people
guy.
don't realize how big. I think people do, but they don't. Like because people know he's tall, but like, how much does he weigh right now?
He's actually lower right now, but he usually hangs up, pretty good north of 200.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I remember one time he told me, I was like, "What? You're that heavy?" Like,
Yeah, he's a big dude.
but he's big. He's tall. So, yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, I think. Who's your favorite player that you play? Your favorite NFL player that you played with whenever you were on Tuesday Night Gaming?
I think it was probably CJ.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like he was just hilarious. Like
Yeah.
I was just riding the wave of his jokes. My chat was loving him. Like he was awesome. Really
Yeah.
good energy.
All right, Sid, I got one more question for you before we let
Got
you
it.
go. We got the 49ers versus the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, all right?
Mhm.
Taylor Swift and company versus San Francisco Tech Bros. Who
Yes.
do you got, and what's your score line if you could give us a prediction on that game?
Ooh. Okay, so because I'm from Seattle, we're just like anti 49ers.
Okay.
Always have been. It's just kind of like
Okay.
the Seattle thing. So I'm going to have to go with the Chiefs. Not necessarily because of the T Swift stuff, but definitely like Whiner 49er. If I had to do like a score, I don't know. I feel like what are typical football scores?
Multiples of
Like,
7.
Yeah, multiples of 7. Yeah,
multiples
multiples of
of
7. Let's go there.
Okay, I think let's do 49 to 7. How about that?
Oh my God.
Absolute
They're going
drumming
crazy.
in Las
Wow.
Vegas.
They're going
Holy.
crazy.
Wow. Well, you know what's interesting? You're in good company picking the Chiefs over the 49ers. Peter Schrager has predicted the winner of the Super Bowl, I think the last 3 years in a row, week 1. And his week 1 prediction this year was the Chiefs over the 49ers. So
Really?
All right, I
you've
feel
bet
great.
with smart money at this point. We'll see what happens. Thanks so much for coming on. Where can we catch you if we want to watch you outside of NFL TNG and the Will Neff and Esfand football show?
yeah, I'm City on everywhere. So Twitch, YouTube, all of the stuff.
Nice.
Appreciate you guys having me.
Thanks for
of
your time,
course.
Sid.
Thanks, Sid.
All right, bye.
All right, we'll see you later.
Wow, that was a big prediction.
Yeah.
Dude, San Francisco, the wheels just fall off.
Dude, let me tell you, I wanted I know we already talked about this, but man, I wanted the Lions so bad because the storyline
Oh, yeah.
of the Lions and the Chiefs having played the first game of the season, and then the Chiefs beat them, and everyone was like, wait.
Lions beat the Chiefs.
Well, oh, no.
Lions beat the Chiefs.
Did the Lions beat the Chiefs?
Yep.
Oh, they did. They did.
Also, that soundbite,
No.
the
You're
soundbite
right, you're
from their
right.
coach going, "We're a scrappy team.
Yeah,
we might fall down,
yeah.
but on the way up, we'll bite your ankle off. We'll rip a kneecap
Yeah.
off." I mean, one of the great interviews ever.
Dude, and that's right. And then everyone was like, are the Lions for real? Like,
Yeah.
was this just a fluke?
Yeah.
And then they go back and then they would do it again at the end of the season in the Super Bowl.
I did it again. Yeah,
See,
they were great.
That would have been sick. Like, to me, that's the biggest mic drop.
Also, I just feel like Detroit needs that. You know, the Lions haven't won in
been years.
forever. And it would have just been really cool to see the Lions in the Super Bowl. But we get what we get, and, we don't get upset. We still got a great game. I think two of the most talented football teams in terms of just talent-wise that I've seen forever in the Super Bowl isn't too bad. It would have been nice to see the Ravens. Obviously, Stavros shouts out him and his character, Ronnie. I wanted to see what Ronnie was going to say when the Ravens were going to the Super Bowl. But unfortunately, didn't happen. And obviously the Lions, I'm from Michigan, so my heart was there. But it was awesome to watch both those games. I thought they were great games. The big story for me was, the 49ers-Lions game played out kind of how I thought I would. The Baltimore Chiefs game really did not. Did you watch any of that game?
Barely.
Low scoring affair, sloppy, lot of penalties, and it just didn't feel like the Ravens ever got in that game.
So from what I watched, because I went and I was watching it kind of passively while I was policing Los Santos.
Yeah.
Which it's turned into a dadgum shit show out there today. I heard.
Dadgummit.
Yeah, I don't. Hey, people are like Corn was not there, and the whole city falls apart. I'm like, hey, listen. From what I saw just now, I don't know if Corn was going to stop any of that because apparently it's just a disaster.
You should do a whole monologue about how Cornwood is like a Lions fan, and he just was so depressed he couldn't get out of bed.
Well. I mean, here's the thing. This is one of those things where it's like everyone's gonna like in character. Obviously, Cornwood is gonna have like the ego and be like, look at what happened when I'm gone. But like, I mean, realistically, So either way, regardless, back to football. I was really impressed with what I saw from Lamar Jackson, because I mean, obviously, Lamar Jackson is Lamar Jackson is one of those people that because he's such a good athlete, there's quarterbacks like this.
Sure.
There's quarterbacks like this that they're fast, they're athletic, whatever. So people just think of them as like a runner first. And I'm not talking about this game alone, right?
Sure.
Because this game he had like a few moments, but overall it wasn't great. Like you said, it was
No,
pretty
it was
sloppy.
really not great.
But I'm talking about throughout the course of the season,
Yeah.
leading up to that game, he really has kind of like. I think if you say at this point that Lamar Jackson isn't really much of a thrower, like he doesn't put up a lot of yards through the air, but I think that's more of a product of their game plan and just the way that their offense runs. So it was kind of like it was kind of unfortunate that it kind of got to that point where like he didn't really have that same kind of he didn't really cap it off. He didn't cap the season off with what he had shown leading up to it.
Sure.
But I want to talk about the MVP conversation.
Yes.
Do you think he's MVP?
Nope.
Who do you think is MVP at this point?
I think it could be Christian McCaffrey now.
Okay. I think that would be a totally legitimate pick too.
I think Lamar could still win it. I do. I think Lamar had a tremendous season. All the talks of Lamar being a fraud, all the Lamar, skated here on his laurels. I was like, what? I do not agree with that at all. Even great players have bad games, and it's not like they weren't up against one of the most dominant teams we've seen in the NFL. The Chiefs, time and time again, have won and made it to the championship and beyond and to the Super Bowl. And so to say like, oh, he's a fraud, he chugged. They're playing a great team, in a pressure situation, and he didn't show up, and that happens in football any given Sunday. Obviously, I think a lot of people were disappointed because they wanted the Ravens to win. They wanted Taylor Swift Nation to be, laid low and for football to be football. This ain't for Swiftie. This ain't for little girls. But ultimately, they did not get what they want. But all these talks of, fixed, it's ridiculous. I think we're getting to a point now where basically when you are at home, when you are sitting in your living room, when you are watching TV, you have a better view of that football game than the refs do. And the NFL might get to a position where they start relying more and more on New York to make the calls, right? To make the calls off the field. But then you kind of have to fundamentally admit that the position of a referee is flawed, and you got to turn it over to a camera crew and a crew in New York to make all the calls, and that'll slow the game down a lot. So sports have always had a certain margin of error on calls. The problem being now is that you have a 360 4K view of every play and super slow motion replay from 6 angles. So of course you're going to be a better armchair ref than the guys on the field. I don't know. I think the calls of rigged are that people are just really upset that Patrick Mahomes and T-Swift Nation are winning again.
Well, you know what I think they should do is I just think they should have a Twitch chat poll after every play if there was a penalty.
Yeah.
Just have Twitch chat vote, dude. Is chat going to say if...
Poll it.
Just poll it, dude.
Yeah.
It's fine. No.
Somehow XQC would win every football game.
Penalty, no penalty, XQC.
Yeah. Well, did I win again?
Dude. Yeah, it's or myth actually.
Yeah.
It might be myth. It might be myth. So, shifting gears a little bit. We do have an NFL guest joining us today.
We do.
And that is going to be James Daniels. Offensive guard.
Now you're going to get excited because you love when we got big boys on.
I love the big men.
You love the big
that's
men.
right.
So
I like the big guys up front. So, I was an O-lineman growing up. I was a D tackle for a little bit in college before I got hurt. And so we're going to get James Daniels here in just a moment. Who Yo,
James, is that you?
Hello?
Hey, can you flip your camera on and off? See if we can get you or off and on, I guess. See if it'll get it back on. Get him here. See if we can get him in here.
I'm here. I don't know how I turn my camera.
No worries. We'll put a still photo in there for you. We can just talk to you. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing well. How are you guys doing?
Doing
Great.
really well. We were just talking about the games that happened this Sunday. How do you feel about those games? How do you feel about how the Super Bowl squared up? Did you have any dogs in the fight? Were you rooting for any teams?
I mean, I'm never shocked. Like when the playoffs come, I always expect good games because yesterday the best 4 teams in the NFL played and all the games were good. But no, I really don't root for anyone. I just try to, like, if I have a former teammate or like a person I know from like working out in off season or play video games with them, those are the people I usually root for. But there's multiple people on each team, so I just wanted to see good games and have everyone stay healthy.
Yeah. I think we ended up getting some pretty good games. I thought that Detroit game was awesome. It doesn't get much closer than that.
Yeah. That was crazy. Yeah, halftime I started to cook dinner with my wife and we weren't paying attention, and then halfway through the third quarter we stopped cooking. Like, whoa, like we need to sit down and watch what's happening.
Yeah. Esfand and I have been working on a betting line here. We're working on the over-under for the number of times the NFL flashes to Taylor Swift during the Super Bowl. We're setting the line at 50. Are you smashing the under or the over on that bet?
I mean, it depends. It depends who's doing well. If it's
you think they'll avoid her if the Chiefs are getting
winning,
crushed?
Yeah, you might see her 500 times.
Oh, man.
If they're not doing well, I don't think so.
If the Chiefs are getting crushed, I didn't even think about it. The little girls across the nation will be sobbing.
They will be. They will be. But you know what, dude? I wonder, here's something else we should talk about.
Sure.
Does it count if they show her more than once in between plays? So like in one play cycle, if they show
One
that,
segment?
and,
I
then,
think
and, then a, and then a player on the sideline, and then back to her.
Yeah, I think that counts. I think that
Yeah,
counts as
yeah,
a
yeah.
tally. Yeah.
Okay, that counts. All right. Yeah, no, it's been a very interesting sort of thing. So I mean, we were talking about this earlier. At the end of the day, it's good for the NFL. It's funny to talk about just because there's like a lot of good memes that come out of it, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it is something that is good for the NFL. It's something that sports in general needs because it's like, hey, like it's always good to increase
Fresh
the audience.
blood. Fresh blood.
100%.
Yeah, it's like I always like over like the past couple years, I think like since COVID, like I've always felt like growing up, like I'm 26 now. I always
Yeah.
felt like growing up like sports only had like only sports only catered to like sports people, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like with like ever since COVID, like gaming has become integrated in that. And this year with Taylor Swift, like art and like music has been integrated with the NFL.
Yeah.
So I just feel
Yeah.
like I just think it's really cool for like now like the NFL or just like any sports like they're trying to reach like different backgrounds of people
Yeah.
who may have not played football or watched
100%.
football growing up.
Yeah.
So James, where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Ohio, Northeast Ohio.
Okay. When did you start playing football early on, or did you get into football later, or how'd that go?
I played football early on. My dad played football in college, and I have an older brother. He played 2 years older than me. He played football. We actually played football at Iowa with each other.
Oh, that's
So
sick.
Okay.
it's
That's
like
actually
growing up,
sick.
like seeing like my dad's like jerseys around the house, and also seeing like my brother like playing football. Like I mean, I had an option, but like I wanted to play football because I wanted to be like my dad, and I wanted to be like my older brother.
Yeah, 100%. No, that is super cool. Yeah, that's like a cool family thing to have. Like it's like where your whole family's playing. You get to play with your brother in college together because a lot of people even because you have a lot of people that they go to the same high school, right? And they get to play with their brother in high school or something. But I feel like in college, it's very different because like let's say you're like if you're a sophomore and he's a senior or vice versa, right? You typically don't really have the same like you don't play together as much because
Right,
I mean,
right, right.
the age difference there is huge. But once you get to college, like you might have a freshman and a senior playing on the line together, even like that happens, just
Yeah,
because the gap gets smaller and smaller, like between the like from year to year between the ages. And then you
Yeah.
get the NFL, you're gonna be a rookie, or not you're going to be a rookie, but you like for you, like you go in as a rookie and you might be playing next to a guy who's like 33, you know.
yeah.
Especially on the line, on the line you get guys. I mean, if they're taking care of their bodies, they last forever.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know.
funny story. Like talking about that, like playing next to older players. So like when I came into the NFL, I was 20. I played in Chicago,
Mm-hmm.
and it was always weird. Like when I first got there, like I used to ask people, like, hey, like like what are you doing like after practice today? And they'd be like, yeah, I'm going to hang with like my wife and kids. And like back in college, like I was in college 7, 8 months before that. Like, what are you doing after practice? I don't know. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to class. Like,
Yeah,
take a 6 hour nap. Like
yeah,
now, but
Play some
but now
video
it's like
games.
yeah. Play some games.
yeah.
That's
Now like
it's just
it's
crazy.
always
Yeah.
that's always weird. Like the
Yeah.
age difference is still it still gets to be.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Speaking of games, so were you a gamer growing up? Like, did you just always play games, or like did you get more into gaming recently, or how's that for you?
Yeah, I played a lot of video games growing up. So funny,
Nice.
so like my brother, he always played stuff on PlayStation and I always played stuff on Xbox. So like
Mm.
I think my first like real like gaming experience was like playing like Fusion Frenzy on Xbox.
Oh
And
Oh
then
wow.
my
just like
gosh.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a classic, man.
Fusion
Yeah, pulling that out of the
Frenzy.
vault. Yeah.
I still remember voice lines from that game. Zach just gave that kid the Wagak pack.
Dude.
I remember all that, man. That was
Fusion
great.
Frenzy.
It's so good.
I didn't play it a lot, but I remember it. Oh my gosh, that was what almost.
That was like Xbox's big, like it was like Mario Party almost.
Yeah,
It was
because
awesome.
I didn't. Yeah, that was like their answer to Mario Party because I didn't have an Xbox. My friend did.
I just had a core memory unlock right there.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, yeah. And like so like I played like Fusion. Then like as I got older, that's like when like Halo 3 came out, like
Yep.
Modern Warfare, and then and yeah, then actually I didn't start gaming on PC until like I got to the NFL. Probably I
Oh
think that
really?
was 2019. I my older brother built my PC, and then I've been on
Oh
PC
really?
ever since.
Okay. So what do you mostly play now on PC?
Recently it's been a lot of FIFA.
Okay.
Nice.
I'd probably say like I've been like splitting between like FIFA and Call of Duty. But of
Okay.
course, like I mean, all of my friends like we play Fortnite, so we'll play like 1 or 2 times a week at least. So I'd say FIFA and Call of Duty right now at the moment.
That's sick. That's a good like kind of broad spectrum
Yeah.
of everything.
FIFA's just it's probably the best sports game.
I feel like it's crazy because soccer is so simple.
Yeah.
And FIFA is so complicated. Like
True.
Like there's so much that you can actually do in FIFA that makes it like the skill gap is huge.
Oh, I mean, I feel like a lot of games, like Chell is like that. There's so much you can do in Chell, like laying down.
I haven't played NHL in like 10 years.
Oh, you're missing out.
I wanted to play this year. They sent me like when NHL came out, they sent me like a little like gift basket. And they sent me a jersey and all this stuff. And I was like,
you didn't play?
I didn't get.
For shame.
Well, because I was it was TwitchCon and it was during that whole period of time. So I was just out of town and. I went from being all over the country from weekend to weekend to being stuck in one room for the last like 40 days.
Yeah.
So it's doing GTA RP.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I just got my camera up.
Oh, there you go.
There we go. We can go.
There we go.
It was on the bottom left of the screen instead of the middle bottom. Sorry about that.
No, you're all good.
Better
You're all
late than
good.
never.
Yeah. All good. Yeah, we appreciate you coming on and getting that figured out too. So, yeah, it has been great.
He's
no
fixing your
problem.
color correction right now.
Yeah. So let's see. So let's do this.
All right. So are you playing in the All-Star game of the Tuesday Night Football?
Tuesday Night Gaming?
Yeah.
Yep, that's tomorrow.
Nice.
Tomorrow I think at like 5 Central or
What-
tomorrow sometime. So
what
that's
gamer
gonna
do
be-
they
that's
have
gonna
you
be fun. I'm
paired
excited
with?
for that?
Are you paired with Cypher or are you paired with Cutie Cinderella?
I believe I'm paired with Cypher.
Ooh, nice. You're gonna win.
Oh, dude, you lucked out.
Lock in a
Yeah,
dub.
you
Lock
lucked
in
out.
a dub. I love me some Cutie Cinderella, but I
Or
don't
maybe
know
I
about
play
the
bad
matchup.
to help. Maybe I can play bad, to even out the playing field.
What a nice guy.
Cypher's that good.
Yeah.
Throwing for content.
No, dude, this guy, that's my excuse. Okay, you can't take my excuse, dude. He's RPing. He's gonna role play as a bad player.
All right, I gotta ask. Prediction on the Super Bowl. Team and score. Who you got?
I like the Chiefs, and I think the Chiefs maybe 31 31-20. I think the Chiefs can pull
Shootout.
away, and the way their defense is playing. I mean, the Chiefs have like the number 1 defense in the NFL pretty much for the entire season. So I think that's really gonna cause San Fran some problems.
Yeah.
But I love San Fran though, so I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know.
I'm trying to remember who won that Super Bowl a few years ago between them. Because there was a Chiefs-Niners Super Bowl in like
Chiefs.
It was Chiefs, right?
Yeah, Chiefs did. Yeah.
Because that was Pat Mahomes' first Super Bowl win,
Yep.
right?
Yes.
Because I remember 49ers tight end on the sideline, Kittle on the sideline going, I'm going to come back, and I'm going to come back with a vengeance.
Really? Yeah. There you go. No, I think.
Yeah, George is my guy. George,
Yeah.
we played football at Iowa with each other. And actually, my brother and George, they're the same class, so my brother's
sick.
really close with them.
You guys are tight end university.
Dude.
Yeah. Dude, it's crazy, man. It's like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's been wild, but
I've-
like when you see the practices and like see what those tight ends go through at Iowa practice,
Yeah.
I mean,
Maulers.
it's definitely
Yeah.
not easy.
You actually have a really interesting draft prospect this year that might go in the first round. I think his name's Cooper DeJean, right? The corner. How do
Yeah.
you feel? You think he's gonna sneak his way into the first round?
Oh yeah, I mean easily. I mean, I think he can maybe like once I know he got hurt late last year,
Yeah.
but I think if he shows like at the combine stuff, he's healthy and fully healthy, I think he can sneak in the first and like the top half of the first
Yeah.
round.
He'll be
So-
like the first starting white corner in like a decade.
It's so funny, dude. Like
I always see the what was it, like the race, the
The
war,
all
like
race
like
team,
all white
yeah.
NFL versus
Dude, yeah,
all black
they were
NFL.
bringing him up from college. The white team couldn't take the field without him. So
Dude, you know what the funniest thing about that was? Is like a bunch of not football people were getting their panties in a bunch about it. They're getting so upset.
And all the football
people
guys
are
a great
like,
time.
dude, this is hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, it's so funny.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh, that was
Okay.
a funny moment on Twitter.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that was probably one of the funnier things on Twitter last few months, dude. Dude, I remember just seeing that, and it's like, okay, look, hey, we need some help here. We're gonna pull this guy up.
Yeah. Tight ends were good. That's awesome.
Oh man.
Well, thank you so much for your time, man. We're gonna let you go. We only have you for 15 minutes. Can people? Do you have a Twitch channel? Yeah.
I have one, but I don't stream anymore.
Let's shout it out. What is it?
It's Jams Dan, so JamsDans, and all of my socials, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, they're all Twitch. It's all Jams Dance.
There it is in chat, guys. If you want to go ahead and click it and follow, thank you so much for joining us today. You were awesome, and good luck tomorrow. I don't think you'll need it with Cypher. I think you got that locked up.
Hey, we're actually at his place right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh wow,
This
that's
is
pretty
like,
cool. That's pretty cool.
yeah, they own this Oni Studios and stuff. So, yeah, we're actually here right now.
I saw the YouTube video on like the creation. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a cool studio.
This place is nuts. I look. Hey, Fortnite money.
Should have played Fortnite.
We should have played Fortnite. Should have played Fortnite. So it is what it is. James, appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for coming on. We don't want to keep you all night, but we really appreciate you taking the time to come on with us. It's been a blast.
I appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, good meeting you.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Nice meeting you. See ya.
On NFL TNG at NFL TNG on Twitch and all social media platforms.
True.
All right, end of the show. I got to ask you your Super Bowl prediction, Esfand. We've heard what Sid thought. We've heard what an NFL pro thought. What does Esfand think? Because you made a guarantee a few weeks ago that the Dallas Cowboys would be in the Super Bowl. Do you want to talk about that first?
I still do think
they could make the Super Bowl.
They can make the Super Bowl
this year.
I think in 2 weeks' time. A lot can happen in 2 weeks, guys.
Give it time.
A lot. A rule of 14 days.
Yep.
A lot can happen. A lot can happen. So we'll see. If the Cowboys don't find a way to make it in the Super Bowl at this point,
unfortunately,
then I would say my personal thought: give me the Niners.
Yeah.
Give me the Niners. I think I think from top to bottom, that 49ers roster is amazing.
Yep.
I think they're incredible. I think they are well-rounded. I think they're playing at a high level. And I love Pat Mahomes. I really do. Pat Mahomes is starting to get to the like 2008, 2009 Tom Brady status where like everybody hates him.
I was saying if he wins this Super Bowl, you got to start having the GOAT conversation too. Because he's only 28.
I think
he's got a lot of football left to play.
I think you will start having the will he be the GOAT.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the is he. I think it'll be the will he be.
He's got a lot of football left to play.
Yeah.
So week 10, we made Super Bowl predictions. You put the Cowboys winning the Super Bowl. Unfortunately, that didn't come out. My prediction was I had the 49ers winning the Super Bowl. I had them playing against the Ravens. Now, maybe the Ravens make it. The Cowboys can make it. But I was really surprised the Ravens lost. And I'm going to be honest, I feel less confident with the 49ers against the Chiefs than against the Ravens because the Chiefs have they saved their best football for the playoffs.
They did, actually.
They really did. They've come on in such an insane way. I still think the 49ers are going to find a way to win this game. They're such a complete football team. But who knows? Anything could happen. This is anybody's game, but I'm going to stick with my prediction I made in week 10 that the 49ers are the best team in the NFL and they'll come home with the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think so. I think the 49ers all the way. I love Brock Purdy. I love Brock Purdy as well. I was talking about Pat Mahomes. Look, Brock Purdy, you guys are going to say I'm crazy.
Yeah.
But I watch that guy. I watch him play. I watch him move around the pocket. I watch him run around the backfield. And I know he's got all the help in the world with Christian McCaffrey, but he's the next Tony Romo.
Oh,
I'm telling you, this guy, Brock Purdy's got some Tony Romo in him.
He got some Romo.
He got some Tony.
I think Romo's calling the Super Bowl. Good. So it'll be Romo on Romo.
Yeah, it will be. I think he's the next Tony Romo. Just imagine if Tony Romo had a good team around him. Yeah.
I worked on one more segment that I think is important. There are a lot of people, the NFL is rigged. They're rigging the game.
Oh.
A lot of cries for this.
Yeah.
So in the off chance that it is rigged, script writers, hear me out. What's the only way to throw these people off your scent? You got to have the most unlikely team in the NFL win the Super Bowl next year. New York Jets to the rescue, baby. If you hear me, NFL script writers, I'm begging you. I'm pleading to you. This will be a Game of Thrones style twist. We're talking red wedding, but the wedding is green, baby. New York Jets to the Super Bowl.
Dude, people are still saying Aaron Rodgers might come back this year.
yeah. We're still waiting on that Achilles.
Aaron Rodgers still claims that he's going to come back this year, and he's going to play in a game before the end of the season.
That's right.
But, I mean, dude, that's going to be a fun... That actually will be a very fun storyline.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers coming back.
Yeah.
And is he going to be good? Is he going to be bad? I mean, dude, the freaking build up to this.
Give me Mike Evans. And give me Joe Alt, and that team can cook.
Dude, here's the crazy part: is do they need that?
Yes.
We
need offensive linemen. For the love of God.
I'm talking about Mike Evans. Now, Mike Evans, I think he has been one of the most. I will go as far as saying criminally underrated.
Criminally underrated.
Because
he's gonna give you 1,000 yards. He's gonna give you 1,000 yards.
But it's not like sexy. He's not like the Tyreek Hill, like flying down the field and getting like these 90-yard bombs. Like, it's not. It's just that he's so unbelievably consistent since day one in the NFL.
Yeah.
And it's been 11 years in the league now, I think.
Yep.
And it's. I feel like because of the way that he plays the game, and the place that he plays, I think the Bucs have not been good basically the entire time that he's there.
Well, they won a Super Bowl.
Not while he was there.
Yeah. Tom Brady.
Oh, true. You're right. I forgot. I forgot.
Yeah, you've been playing too much RP, baby.
Dude, I forgot that he was even there. I deleted that from my memory.
Yeah.
I forgot that Brady was in that.
I literally watched your brain glitch.
I was like, oh yeah, you're right. Because so they had a couple good years with Tom Brady. No, Tom Brady had good years. Okay.
Yeah.
But they hadn't really been good until that point. But even then, even in those years, like it wasn't like Mike Evans was like lighting it up.
No.
But it's because of the way he plays the game.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah.
Just consistent as heck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Last question. We have one episode left. Got one episode left. And my producers are always like, don't talk about college football. Well, guess what? College football is over. And those are yet to be NFL prospects now. True. Do you think there will be any major surprises in the draft? Are you watching any risers, any fallers, any prospects that you are excited to see? Or anyone you really want to go to the Dallas Cowboys?
Who do I want to go to Dallas is a huge, huge question mark right now.
Yeah.
Who do I want to see? I want to see... I have two players in particular that I'm very excited to see.
Sure.
One, I want to see how Michael Penix translates.
Big Penix energy.
Big Penix energy.
Yeah.
I want to see how he translates. I'm a big fan of Penix. I thought Penix,
you've always been a fan of Penix.
I have been. I've
been screaming about Penix.
I've been talking about Penix all season.
Day one.
Since day one. I've been talking about some Penix. But Penix is I think what we'll see is we got the combine coming up after the season and that whole draft process. I think they're gonna go and I think all these teams are really gonna go in and inspect Penix pretty good.
Yeah.
And kind of make their assessment.
They want to get a good look at Penix.
They really want to get a good look at Penix.
Yeah.
And I think if they like what they see, then maybe they'll take some Penix.
I think they're really gonna pay attention to his measurements because Penix always looks bigger on TV.
No, exactly, and that's the big thing is does he pass the eyeball test?
That's right.
Does Penix pass the eyeball test?
Yeah.
And really, when you when you have that settled, I think that's like the one guy that's like a big is boomer bust type of guy.
Do you think the Dallas Cowboys could possibly take a quarterback at any point in the draft?
Oh,
maybe not first round.
Hey, I think if the Cowboys have a chance to take Penix, they'll.
You don't pass that up.
How could you say no?
That's true. I wanted to give my one take about the draft coverage I've seen thus far, and this is going to be quick. I think that every draft prediction early is usually BS for one reason. Teams that are bad have high draft picks, and no fan base of a team that is bad really wants their team to draft a lineman. Ultimately, they always want something more exciting. So I think every time, yes, they scream for Penix. So I think every time I see these mock drafts, the really good linemen keep getting pushed down the board, which I do not think will happen. I think you will see Joe Alt and Fashanu and all those guys come off before pick 10, where the Jets are. Even though Jets fans are, screaming for alignment, I would love to see the Jets use their pick to get a real difference maker. I want them to take Brock Bowers. I want him to take that tight end. And I know Jets fans and everybody's going to say that's ridiculous, but he's a blocking tight end. He's basically a big wide receiver. He gives you offense and he gives you blocking. I think at that spot, he will be there and he will be too valuable because the offensive lineman will be gone by 10.
I think the tight end position has changed so much in the NFL over the years to where they essentially are big receivers.
Yep.
But I personally feel like you just cannot you can't ignore the tight end as being a valuable blocker in any offensive scheme.
Yep.
And some teams do, and they're successful with it, and that's fine. But I just think it makes your offense so much more dynamic whenever you are look at the 49ers with George Kittle. George Kittle is...
We literally have the two best tight ends.
Yeah, the two best tight ends in the Super Bowl.
Travis Kelce
and I feel like the tight end is a huge weapon that is kind of underutilized by a lot of teams.
He's a matchup nightmare
yes.
for a lot of defenses, including those man defenses, because who are you going to stick on him?
Yeah, and I mean you got to find a guy. You got to find a linebacker who's big enough that can take on the run, but fast enough to be able to cover a receiver.
Yep.
And there are some of those guys, but to have them to be like athletic freaks and really good at the game, because there's like being good at football and then just being an athletic monster.
Yep.
Those are two different things. Not every like stud athlete is very is automatically going to be very good at football.
That's right.
We've seen everybody in the NFL is big and fast.
But you know who is good at football? The talent that we have on NFL TNG tomorrow for their All-Star game. Make sure you check out NFL TNG at NFL TNG on Twitch and all social media. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. We have one episode left of this show, but it has been a real pleasure broadcasting for you. We will talk closer to the Super Bowl, and we will have one more broadcast to say farewell to the Esfand and Will show. Thank you to our sponsor, State Farm, like a good neighbor. State Farm is there. Make sure you check out Symphony, Cutie Cinderella, and James Daniel tomorrow against Lucky, Shamu, Swag, and Ashton Davis from the New York Jets. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you one more time for joining us. Stay dangerous, and we will catch you soon with the final episode of the Esfand and Will show.
There we go. Thanks a ton for joining us, guys. Last episode next week. RP Frogs, RP viewers, I'm sorry I've ruined your day. Absolutely. For not being on RP today. But maybe you'll find me tonight for a little bit. Probably not, but I'll be back tomorrow. And I'm sorry it was a dadgum shit show out there today.
Give him a little Cornwood.
Well, hey, listen, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I mean, hell, I didn't show up to work today on purpose. Reason being is I knew, and I'm trying to make a damn point here, all right? If I ain't around, this whole damn thing's going to hell.
That's
all right?
true.
Every single damn building in Los Santos is going straight to hell. And I will go to Texas. So we'll see y'all next time.
Adios.
Bye, chat.